In the race to decarbonize heavy industry, few ideas shone brighter than green hydrogen. The clean gas championed as a miracle fuel for everything from freight trains to blast furnaces. Governments pledged billions, glossy roadmaps promised hydrogen highways, and analysts forecast a €1 trillion market by 2050. Headlines hailed a revolution that would banish fossil fuels from the factory floor. But here in Remscheid, Germany, inside Dirostahl's century-old forge, the glow of molten steel tells a different story. Each ingot rolling by still burns natural gas because the alternative remains painfully out of reach. To fire just one of these cavernous furnaces for a single day would swallow 700 kilograms of hydrogen, an entire 40-ton truckload. Multiply that by months, by years, by thousands of plants worldwide, and the logistical mountain becomes clear.
The second task would be the logistics. How does the hydrogen come to our company? One of the large furnaces in the background would consume some 700 kilograms hydrogen per day. This would be a whole truckload of a 40 tons truck. So this is not the future. We would need some pipeline, but these pipelines do not so far exist. So either you can change one natural gas pipeline to a hydrogen pipeline, but there are different housings which are heated up with natural gas. They would have to change to hydrogen at the same time. So this doesn't work, especially if you take green hydrogen. The figures say in 2030 you would have to pay some 150 euros per megawatt hour of hydrogen, of green hydrogen, compared to some 30 euros per megawatt hour for natural gas. So this would be a really large problem in the field of an international severe competition, with all the competitors internationally using natural gas going on. The main topic, if you increase these heating prices significantly, the customers are not willing to pay for this, especially if you have some green products or carbon dioxide reduced products. The customers are so far not willing to pay extra fees for green products or carbon dioxide reduced products.
With costs stubbornly high and infrastructure lagging, several countries are adjusting their ambitions. France and Portugal have slashed electrolysis targets, and Italy has diverted funds from hydrogen to biomethane. Green hydrogen may still have a role to play, but for now, its promise as a silver bullet in the energy transition is fading. Clouded by economic reality.
Well, it turns out that the high hopes that have been there have not materialized. It takes a lot of clean electricity to produce green hydrogen, and this electricity is still in high demand worldwide, because a lot of sectors electrify. We use more and more electricity at the moment. Well, because it was overpromised. It was overpromised all the time. People did not take into account that hydrogen is great as a chemical, but it's not very good as a fuel. It has a very high energy density per weight, but a very low energy density per volume, which means transporting it over a long time, storing it, is just inefficient and costly. The amount that would have been needed to replace natural gas in these quantities at a reasonable cost was very unlikely. Producing green hydrogen on site in a region like northern or western Germany is relatively costly compared to other regions of the world where it will likely be much more competitive because of the availability of very low-cost renewables. And so this, in addition with other alternatives that could be there, such as biogas, such as even electrification, direct electrification of high-temperature heat, has certainly influenced that decision.